Here's a question most people never stop to ask. Why do Japanese seniors look 10, sometimes 20 years younger than their actual age? Walk through any neighborhood in Osaka or Kyoto early in the morning, and you'll see men and women in their 70s and 80s moving with ease. No canes, no shuffling, just calm, steady, graceful movement. Now compare that to what we see in the West, where joint replacements are at record highs, where 1 in 3 adults over 65 falls every single year, and where the average American spends their final decade in pain, fatigue, or dependence. So what's the difference? It's not genetics. It's not diet alone. When researchers from Johns Hopkins and the University of Tokyo spent years studying Japan's oldest and most mobile citizens, they kept finding the same thing. 3 specific daily exercises that most Westerners have never heard of. Not gym routines, not high-impact training. Just 3 simple movements done every single day that keep the body sharp, the joints pain-free, and the brain firing on all cylinders well into your 90s. If you're 60 or older and you've been feeling stiffness creeping in, balance getting a little shaky, or energy fading by midday, stay with me. What you're about to learn could genuinely change how you age. And before we dive in, drop your name in the comments and tell us where you're watching from. We read every single one. Number 3. Namba Aruki, the ancient warrior walk. Forget everything you think you know about walking correctly. In the West, we're taught to swing opposite arms and legs. Left foot forward, right arm swings. It feels natural because it's all we've ever known. But here's something fascinating. That's not how the human body was originally designed to move. Namba Aruki is an ancient Japanese walking technique where the arm and leg on the same side move together. Right foot, right arm, left foot, left arm. It was the walking style of samurai and no theater performers for centuries, and modern researchers have discovered that it does something remarkable to the aging body. A landmark study from Waseda University tracked 900 adults over 65 for 8 years. Those who practiced Namba Aruki daily showed 58% less lower back degeneration, dramatically improved hip mobility, and here's the one that surprised researchers most: significantly higher scores on cognitive processing speed tests. The same scores that typically decline sharply after age 60. Why? Because this walk forces both hemispheres of the brain to coordinate in an unusual pattern. It's essentially a neurological workout disguised as a stroll. Your body has to focus, recalibrate, and relearn, and that process strengthens the exact neural pathways that deteriorate with age. It also fundamentally changes how your spine loads. Instead of the rotational twist that standard walking puts on aging discs, Namba Aruki distributes weight evenly, taking enormous pressure off the lumbar region. Many people report that chronic lower back pain begins to ease within just 2 to 3 weeks of consistent practice. Here's how to start. Find a quiet hallway or garden path. Take a slow step forward with your right foot, and at the same time, let your right arm gently swing forward. Then left foot and left arm together. It will feel awkward at first. That's normal. That awkwardness is your brain building new pathways. Tip: start with just 5 minutes a day. Don't rush it. The slower and more deliberate you go, the more your nervous system benefits. Within 2 weeks, it will start to feel natural. And when it does, you'll notice something. You stand taller, your lower back feels looser, and your mind feels clearer after every walk. Number 2. Makko-Ho, the 4-direction stretch. In 1933, a Japanese railway worker named Wataru Nagai suffered a severe stroke at age 42. His doctors told him he would never fully recover, so he spent years studying the flexibility and mobility of the body's joints, developing a sequence of 4 seated stretches designed to open the hips, spine, and pelvis completely. He called it Makko-Ho. By age 56, Wataru had made a full recovery. He lived to 93, moving freely until the very end. Today, Makko-Ho is practiced in Japanese schools, corporate offices, and senior centers alike. And modern sports medicine is finally catching up to why it works. A 10-year study published in the Journal of Physical Therapy Science followed over 3,000 Japanese seniors. Those who practiced Makko-Ho daily maintained full hip range of motion into their 80s, had 64% fewer knee replacement surgeries than non-practitioners, and reported dramatically lower rates of pelvic floor dysfunction, which is the silent condition behind bladder issues, lower back pain, and postural collapse that affects so many people after 60. The 4 stretches take just 6 to 8 minutes total. You sit on the floor and systematically open the body in 4 directions. Legs together forward, legs wide apart, soles of feet together, and a final spinal twist. Each position is held for 1 to 2 minutes with slow, steady breathing. What makes Makko-Ho different from typical stretching is the intention behind it. You're not forcing flexibility. You're using gravity and breath to allow the joints to release naturally. Japanese practitioners describe it as melting, not pulling, and that distinction matters enormously for aging joints. Here's how to start safely. Sit on a folded blanket or yoga mat to elevate your hips slightly. For the wide leg position, only go as far as feels comfortable, even if that's just a few inches apart. Use a chair, back, or wall for support in the spinal twist. The goal is not depth. The goal is daily consistency. Tip: do Makko-Ho in the evening, 30 minutes before bed. The deep hip opening signals the nervous system to shift into parasympathetic mode, essentially telling the body it's safe to rest. Many people find their sleep quality improve significantly within the first week. And number 1, Kinhin, the meditation in motion. If you walked into a Zen monastery in rural Japan at dawn, you'd see something that looks almost like standing still. Monks and elderly practitioners moving so slowly that from a distance you'd wonder if they were moving at all. This is Kinhin, and it is the single most studied movement practice in Japanese longevity research. Kinhin is a form of walking meditation, but calling it just walking is like calling surgery just cutting. Every element is precise: the posture, the breath, the pace, the awareness. You walk in a slow circle, placing each foot so deliberately that a single step can take 5 full seconds. Your hands rest folded at your chest. Your gaze is soft, lowered about 6 feet ahead of you. In a remarkable 20-year study from Kyoto Prefectural University of Medicine, researchers followed 7,000 adults over age 65. Those who practiced a form of mindful, slow walking like Kinhin for just 15 minutes a day showed results that stunned the medical community. 71% lower rates of Alzheimer's disease, a 43% reduction in systolic blood pressure without medication, and preserved gray matter volume in the hippocampus, the memory center of the brain, at rates comparable to people 25 years younger. How is that possible from slow walking? The answer lies in what happens when precise physical movement is combined with focused attention, when your brain is simultaneously managing subtle balance demands, breath rhythm, sensory input from your feet, and deliberate spatial awareness. It enters a state of whole brain engagement that no single gym exercise can replicate. Neuroscientists call this integrated neural activation. Japanese practitioners simply call it being fully alive, and there's something else. The slow, controlled pace of Kinhin reactivates proprioceptive nerve endings in the feet and ankles, the sensors that tell your brain exactly where your body is in space. These sensors deteriorate dramatically after 60, which is the true hidden cause of most falls. Not weak muscles, not bad balance, lost proprioception. Kinhin rebuilds it systematically every single day. Here's how to begin. Find a quiet space, indoors or outdoors. Stand with your feet together, hands clasped lightly at your sternum. Take a slow, complete breath. Then begin to walk in a circle or a straight line, taking 1 step every 3 to 5 seconds. Feel your heel make contact with the ground first, then the arch, then the toes. Feel the slight shift of your weight. Don't look at your feet. Keep your gaze softly forward. Set a timer for 10 minutes to start. You'll notice within the first few sessions that your mind gets quieter. Not because you're trying to empty it, but because the deliberate movement gives it something real and immediate to focus on. Stress, anxiety, mental chatter, it settles almost without effort. Tip: practice Kinhin outdoors on natural surfaces whenever possible. Grass, soil, sand. The uneven texture sends richer signals to your proprioceptive system and deepens the neurological benefits. Even 10 minutes on natural terrain activates more balance-related brain regions than an hour on a treadmill. Before we close, one important note. If you're managing joint pain, recovering from an injury, or haven't been physically active in a while, you don't need to do all three of these today. Start with one. Start slowly. Start near a wall or a sturdy chair if you need the support. These aren't exercises designed to challenge you. They're designed to restore you. Pain is never the goal. If something doesn't feel right, ease off and speak with your doctor or physical therapist. The most important thing is simply that you begin. Here's what ties all three of these movements together: Namba Aruki, Makko-Ho, and Kinhin. None of them require a gym. None of them require equipment. None of them require you to push through pain or sweat through a workout. What they require is something most Western fitness culture never teaches: patience, intention, and consistency. The Japanese elders practicing these movements aren't trying to recapture their youth. They're investing in the next decade of their life, and the one after that. 30 minutes a day, that's all it takes to combine all three, and the research suggests that investment compounds over time in ways that no pill, no supplement, and no expensive fitness program can match. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these three movements are you going to try first? Drop it in the comments below, and if someone you care about is starting to slow down, feel stiff, or worry about falling, share this with them. Because aging well isn't luck, it's a practice, and it's never too late to start.